Fat. Mama. Good job. You get close. Fat. Mama. Is he throwing you off? He throwing you off.
Yeah, he is.
Fat. Mama.
You gonna say your name? It is getting to be.
I'm shopping.
Okay, baby. It is getting to be late, and you can tell she's starting to feel all of the
Symptoms.
Yeah, nighttime it gets worse.
Yeah, the nighttime symptoms.
It's always worse at night and early when I wake up in the morning. So she is starting to feel it all right now.
Nighttime was rough. Nighttime was.
Yeah, we'll be up all night, probably not all night, but we'll be up for the majority of the night.
Nighttime was rough. Last night was rough because we had to get up. How many times we got? We got up a couple times.
We did a steamy shower at like 1:30.
Yeah, just to make sure.
Until like 3.
We didn't like the way she was sounding in the room, and her breathing. Like, cause her nose is kind of stuffed up or whatever. So she's kind of going through that, and we had like some Vicks, like stuff that we put down in the shower, and we've done it multiple times with him because he got sick so much. The difference between the two is that he was in daycare around this time, so he was around a bunch of other kids. But
her first time going a bunch around a lot of kids.
Basically, was her first time going around a bunch of kids was actually like a couple days ago because we went to a birthday party. And when we went to a birthday party, you're already around a bunch of kids and a bunch of other people and all that type of stuff. So it makes sense for somebody to get sick. But on top of that, it was at a trampoline park. So
germ central.
Yeah, it's just germ central. So it was just germs, just all over, coughing and snot and rubbing hands and rubbing noses and touching stuff and
kid germs,
sweating. So it makes sense for her to feel what she's feeling. But we're closely monitoring her.
Oh yeah.
We are closely watching her and paying attention to her. More
her
importantly,
dad's a nurse.
I'm not a nurse, but for her, I don't care. I'll get sick. It's all right. I'll take that sickness. But more importantly, we are praying over her a lot. We pray over her at night. Because it's hard for her to breathe and she's going through it for the first time. So we just kind of want to. Yeah, she doesn't understand, but she's doing fine. She's a little trooper.
You say hi, everybody. Oh,
that's because she's a minor. But regardless,
minor strong.
We gonna see because Mom always said it gets worse at night. Mm-hmm. It gets worse at night, so we're ready for the night.
Say bath time.
Want to say bye, fat mama? Say bye.
Everybody be quiet. Can you guys hear it?
She sound like Miss Piggy.
Not Miss Piggy.
She sound like Miss Piggy, y'all. Okay, say bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Ooh.
It's naughty nose girl.
Yeah, I bet you do.
She looks like she's focusing.
She is. She's trying to grab herself.
Hey, that's the prettiest girl
and
in the
then she
world.
done scratched her face too, so I had to cut her nails earlier. So that was a battle.
Because she was trying to wipe her nose.
Yeah, that was a battle. So it's been a thing. All right, how about you? You want to say bye? I'm trying to get him to eat his green beans. So a lot of y'all don't know this about me. I used to love eating my greens when I was a kid. Like,
do not fit to people.
Okay. All right, no, but on a serious note, I would not eat my greens. Like I wouldn't eat nothing. And so we had this running joke in the family when I was growing up, how we used to have a clock, one of the big clocks on the wall. And my dad would be like, by the time that big hand get on whatever number, it was the closest to, he would give me like a reasonable amount of time. He's like, by the time that big hand get on whatever that number is, you better be done with all that food. And I'd be like, all right. So what I do is I scatter it all out and I would try to spread it all out so it wasn't even, so I can get away with it. I never got away with it. He would always come back and he'd put it all into one little scoop in the middle and he'd make me eat it. So I was doing the most. I'm gagging. I'm trying to hide the plate. I'm trying to put the plate in the trash can underneath some other trash. But I find it's so crazy how life go, because here we go full circle. And I'm having to watch him now, and I'm making up fake clocks. I'm like, hey, by the time that big hand get on that 5, you better be done with all them greens. He ain't done with none of them greens. He ain't done with nothing. So he playing. Hey, what are you doing?
I'm done my green.
You are not done. Put that back. Thank you. Let's take a seat and eat. Let's go. If I left it to him, he'd eat applesauce all day. Applesauce and a banana here and there and a bunch of juice. I'm not doing it. So I found myself full circle. just going through the motions with him. So. Okay, all right. Let's just say bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Say see you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow. Mommy?
No.
That's why we're here, for moral support. You're supporting her while she's in the bathtub, okay?
Relax, baby.
Mommy?
Relax.
Hey,
Hey, it's okay. Good job. There you go. Good job. Good job. Okay.
Mom?
Okay. No. That was purple. You okay?
No, I know. I'm just sad. She don't feel good.
Y'all good? Yes, ma'am. Alright, let's finish our bath, okay?
Our whole house is about to get sick. Joey's getting rice on me.
You can let him in.
You ready to get in?
Yeah.
Okay, let's get undressed.
Your turn. Alright.
Hair wash
Be
time.
back. Take raspy.
You want me to take raspy? Hey, mommy. Daddy said I gotta take you. You trying to break up all that in your chest?
I'm gonna do a steamy shower with you instead.
I'm probably going to tonight.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You just gonna redo it.
Oh, mama. I don't like that you don't feel good. Where's Daddy? Where's Daddy? She wants you to put your hand on her face. Okay, mama. Good morning. I have been up all night going back and forth from Juliana's room to Junie's room. Everybody is sick. Chante woke up in the middle of the night and told me he's sick, he doesn't feel good. I don't feel good. So, mark my words, we will never go to a trampoline park again. The place is nothing but germs. I'm whispering because I literally just came out of Junie's room, so I know it could be any minute and he could come back out. And he's asking me for medicine. So he's been seeing me give Juliana her Motrin, and he's noticing that he's not feeling good. And so now he's wanting medicine, but he's not giving me, I don't have any reason to give him anything yet. He doesn't have a runny nose, he doesn't have a fever. Junie got up, so I am letting him just stay in the couch. It is 5:59. I'm about to start breakfast. Did you guys know that on Amazon Prime they have a kids version of The Chosen? Like the show The Chosen that goes through like basically the book of Matthew from the perspective. You guys know The Chosen. I don't gotta tell you. But they have a kids version of The Chosen, and Junie's watching it, and he actually is like laying down watching it. So let's make breakfast for Jante before he gets up in a few minutes.
Uh-oh. Look. Look, Mommy. And you. Wah, 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 wah. Wah, 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 wah.
What do you want to say?
I'm say wah, wah, wah. Wah, wah, wah. you?
Juliana's still sleeping.
Can they do that?
It's 8 in the morning. It's not good night. You didn't sleep last night.
Oh dear.
When you're a mom, but you're also a nurse. Yes, it's your turtle.
It's a turtle.
Your turtle. You guys, I have tried a saline breathing treatment. I have exhausted all of my options, and I think she needs to go to the hospital. So Jonte is on his way home, and we are going to take her.
Amen.
Amen.
Sissy.
Thank you, sissy, this time, huh? All right, Mama, let's take this orange from you. All right, we're gonna try some eggs.
You're gonna eat some eggs. Are they? Oh, she's gonna spit it up. Make sure that they're like soft. They're not soft. Small. Say, baby, you like the potatoes?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look! It says fried bacon.
It is a bacon. Ooh. Well, what's today? That's crazy. I don't even know what day it is. Wednesday. We haven't had Bible study this week, so it has to be Wednesday.
Pretty sure it's Wednesday.
Yeah. We don't even know what day it is, you guys. Today is Wednesday. And we decided to turn the camera on this morning while we have breakfast. It's 12.
Hold on, baby. We'll eat more.
She's asking for you.
For those of you guys who don't know, coughing is fine. So when they're eating and they start coughing,
That's good.
it's a good thing.
It means they're
Still there. Basically, in order to cough that down.
milk.
When they're not coughing, I had to learn this because as for myself, choking was a very big thing for me. It still is. Like it's still something that's very I'm very like worried of. And so, but it's happened once with him. Happened with him once we were out and Celeste was not with us. But again, thank God I just kind of stayed calm and did what needed to be done. But yeah, choking is something that I'm not very big on. So
Thank you.
all right, guys. So yeah, so while Celeste is making Juliana some milk right now, we just kind of wanted to come to you guys and just speak to you guys because it's been a pretty eventful start of the week. So we just to kind of it's plenty a lot. It's a lot you guys will get caught up on as time goes on and we post more videos and everything like that. But we went to a friend's birthday party for their kid this weekend. And it was at actually it was Friday, but we went to a friend's birthday party for a friend's kid's birthday party. And it was fun. It was great. It's a birthday party. It's what it was supposed to be. And it was at a trampoline park.
We had a great time.
Yeah, we had a wonderful time. Junie had a wonderful time. Both the kids were fine. But it was it's just a lot going on, a lot of germs, things of that such. And we fully knew that. It's just a part of being out and things of that such. So that was that. That was the start of it. And Saturday, we had a couple friends come over with their kids, and they just all kind of played and stuff like that. So somewhere along the lines of there, Juliana got really, really sick. Mm-hmm. I know. And we had no idea what it was. We just common cold around kids, trampoline park, that's natural, it's supposed to happen. But however, we were kind of monitoring it like Saturday, especially Sunday more, it was a little more present. And I had went to work on Monday, and when I went to work on Monday, Celeste was just texting me like, hey, I'm just kind of being mindful. I'm watching her. I don't like the way she sounds. She's making a lot of noises, and I'm just not really feeling it. And she was like, well, I was like, well, do you want to take her to the hospital? If you want to take her to the hospital, let me know. I can leave. We'll take her. And she was like, no, I'm going to watch her more. I'm going to watch her. She's just evaluating her and looking over. And she ends up texting me and was like, yeah, when you get home today, I want to take her. And I was like, well, I'm not going to wait until I have to get home. So I asked. Luckily, they allowed me to leave. And it's a good thing that we did leave. And we went when we went. Good thing I left and we went to the hospital when we went. Because I had came home from work still like in my work clothes and everything, and I could hear her voice. I could hear her breathing. I could hear her just honestly, she was just sitting here breathing. She was already in the car seat ready to go. Then I walked in, immediately went to her, and she was, it just sounded sounded bad. Her breathing was rough. It sounded like very raspy, like there was a lot of stuff in there, and me being me, I don't really know everything, so I was like, what could it be? What is it? But we went to the hospital, and obviously there was some labor breathing. You could see her belly. Her belly was, what is it called again?
Retracting.
Yeah, her belly was retracting. And excuse me, I'm not a nurse. I don't know all the nursing lingo, but her belly was retracting.
Me neither.
And you can see that it was very labored, like in her neck, like she was taking a lot just to breathe normally how we do. And so we were like, all right, obviously something's wrong. So like I said, we took her and went to the hospital, and that's where eventually over time they had diagnosed her with a croup. And so for those of you who don't know what croup is,
we don't either.
It's no, but like we know enough as far as like there are certain sicknesses for babies that are like it's very, very rough.
Dangerous.
Very dangerous, yeah. So
It's okay.
croup is one of those. Croup is definitely one of those infection.
Infection, yes. There you go, thank you.
Yeah, so this is one of those infections that are
My
very
brain is
serious.
not working.
Which led to a lot. We were at the hospital for hours, and eventually she was transported to Wolfson's Children's Hospital.
She's fine without her high flow right now.
For now, yeah. I'm hooking it up right now.
Oh, she's gonna move over.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. So what we're.
We went there. Celeste rode with her in the ambulance. I came back home with Julie, got everything for Celeste because one of us had to stay overnight. We were on the way to come see you and Sissy.
Come here and Sissy.
All right, let's go. They told us that it would be a 2 to 3 day. Yeah, like turnaround. Basically, we would have to be there for 2 to 3 days at the least, just watching over her and as the doctors and nurses do what they do and all of that. So, we knew it was going to be rough. And on top of that, nerves are high, emotions are high. We're not sure what the outcome is going to be. So, in the midst of our confusion, in the midst of our, uncertainty, we just did what we knew to do best, and that was the two things. We prayed and we leaned on each other. And so that helped us out a lot, both of us, because as for Celeste, and she can speak more on that when she gets to her, just how she felt. But for myself, to see any of my kids in any type of pain, it sucks to see, but especially like, my baby girl, to see her going through something and she's breathing and she's just trying to breathe regularly, but she can't. And it's hard for her. It was kind of hard to see, but at the same time I understood. It was more so for me to be, just more like focused, not focused, but like, I guess you could say like hold it together, I guess you could say. So I was like, I need to hold it together, for her and for him, So but I also thought, and I think a little differently when it comes to things like this. I think, and this is just me, not anybody else, but for myself, I think, what does it speak, or how does it look for me to say that I am a child of God? I believe in God. I believe in Christ. And I'm so worried to the point to where I become distraught, or it looks as if like, oh, if you believe in God, just pray to God, and then it's all gonna be fine, But naturally, as humans, we still have worries, and we're not sure. There's uncertainties and things like that. But I was like, yeah, I need to now more than ever. I need to hunker down on my faith, and I need to believe, God will see us through this. He will see us through this, and she'll be back. And so, as you guys can tell, she is here. 10 fingers, 10 toes, thank God, but yeah, it was definitely rough in the moment. And so getting to the hospital, I'm not sure for anybody who does or doesn't know, when you go to a PICU unit, because that's where she went to a PICU unit, they told us it changes. They said last time it was 12 and under couldn't be there. This time when I went, they said 18 and under couldn't go in there, which makes sense because a lot of kids who are there are like some type of serious or critical type of condition. And so it's very contagious, or though it may be very contagious, infections to kids. And so they say 18 and over or 18 and under cannot go back. So she was not allowed to go back. And so I wanted to see Juliana, and we swapped. A nurse held Juliana for the time where Celeste came out, and then I went back. So Celeste was with him. I went back and I held her for a little bit. Oh shit, fat. I love you, baby. Just kind of let her know I was here, and I kind of wanted to see her for myself so I could just kind of look at her and be like, all right, she's good, she's fine, X, Y, and Z. So, yeah, that was that. But Celeste ended up staying overnight. With her. I felt that would be best. We both talked about it, but I told her, I was like, I feel like that'd be best because if you go home with him and you're not getting like regular updates of her, you're not even going to be able to sleep at home. And I was like, at least you're here with her so you can see her. And yeah, that was how that turned out. So you want to sit in the chairs? This is so cool.
Yeah.
Hey, this is a cool chair, man. This is kind of nice, ain't it? Nah, hey, get off the table. Calm down. We ain't gonna act. We ain't gonna act like the animals we are, all right? Let's go sit in the other chairs. Come on.
Okay.
Hey, man, that's not a chair. It's a table.
Good chair.
It's a good chair. Let's go sit in the other chair. Yeah.
What does it on that chair?
Okay, let's go sit in the other chair. This chair?
Yeah.
All right, this chair. Good
What
chair?
does it on that?
No, let's go. Oh.
Whoa. You have to in here.
No, you can't get in there.
You have to wait.
Yeah, you just gotta look at it. See? What color is it?
It's blue.
Okay. What'd you say we doing? Huh? What'd you say we doing? You said we taking this to Mama?
Yeah.
We are taking it to Mama, but this is for Sissy. Why are you running? Yeah, for Sissy. I thought you said it was heavy. You moving kind of fast for something that's heavy.
Second floor. Going up.
I got sit on the chair.
Of course. Yeah, let's sit in all the chairs. We're here, why not, right? It's a good chair. Let's go sit in the other chair. Huh?
Is she blue?
Yeah, it's blue. All right, you ready to go?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's go.
Let's sit on the chair.
Okay, why not? We're here, ain't we? Let's go sit in another chair. It's a good chair. Let's go sit in another chair. Don't be scared, man. You finna get in trouble. Nice chair. You ain't even in it yet.
Let's sit on my chair.
Okay, one more chair.
You sit.
Can you sit?
Yeah.
I'll sit down with you. All right, let's go home.
Let's see mommy.
No, we're gonna see mommy tomorrow morning, okay?
Okay.
See mama tomorrow morning, okay?
Mommy.
And sissy. See mommy and sissy tomorrow morning, okay?
Okay.
Yeah, so I can take her. You can take her. I can take her.
She doesn't seem to want it a whole lot.
Seems to be.
Woo! We got milk on daddy. But yeah, you guys, we have a few videos that are unfinished. We're supposed to come out probably Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. And we just had a lot going on. So we wanted to sit down and just quickly update you guys. Because our videos are gonna come out and you guys are gonna be like, wait, what? What happened? We missed that? Did we miss something? No. But yeah, so when we got to the freestanding ER, I guess I didn't really realize that it was as bad as it was. She sounded very congested, and I knew she was having some wheezing and some difficulty breathing, but it wasn't like she was changing colors. I did my whole assessment on her, but by the time we got back there, the doctor said she was in distress, and she was bared down pretty tightly in her lungs and her throat area. So they went right into all the emergency modes, and they got her. She had an IV in her hand. They had to run some. You okay? They had to run some meds. They had to give her some breathing treatments, some of which were making her a little anxious, which is just natural with the medicine. And she was definitely giving us like all the energy, and she didn't understand that because she could not breathe and she could not move air up and down throughout her lungs, out her mouth and back down. She was panicking, but at the same time she was very anxious because of the meds. So things were kind of co-playing, and it was just very difficult for her. I mean, she's 10 months old. There's no way she could really physically understand what was going on. And I think at some point it was very scary. Jonte said that, you know, it's hard to say you're God-fearing and you put everything in the Lord's hands and you put everything, you know, before the Lord. But I just couldn't sit there and hold her and be like, well, everything is going to be perfectly fine, and we're gonna, like, obviously you have your worries, you have your fears, and I cried the entire time. I felt sick to my stomach. It was very hard for me to calm myself down at some points because they kept telling me that she wasn't maintaining her airway very well. And as a nurse or with medical background, I could put two and two together with what could have happened, what could be next. Praying the entire time and believing that the Lord was right there in the room with us, that the Lord was working with the hands of the doctors. But you still have those natural human feelings, and those were big feelings for me. So It was a hard couple of days. When we got to the PICU, we had ambulance to the PICU. The nurse was asking me what our situation was, and I had let her know, you know, we're military, so we don't have any family here. So my husband and I will have to split. My husband, good job, good cover your mouth. My husband and I will have to split. My husband will go home with my 2-year-old, and then I'll stay here with Juliana. And she said, you know, the PICU is a two-parent job. It's not a one-parent job. And I knew what she meant, but I didn't know to what extent it was going to be. I think I used the bathroom maybe one time while we were there the whole time. Because I had to hold her. There was no putting her down. There was no really putting her in her bed.
Yeah, she didn't want any of that. Celeste was telling me, she was like, I tried to lay her down. She's not having it.
She would fall asleep in my arms, and I would try to transfer her. And because she's hooked up to all these wires, and she had an IV in her hand, and she had things on her legs, her feet, her hands, every time I would transfer her, she would just squirm, scream. And the worst thing for croup is for them to be crying, and that's because it just aggravates that inflammation in the neck even more. And so it was a hard,
It was rough.
hard couple of days.
Something they said to us too, just going back, they told us that what had happened was her larynx. Her larynx. I'm sorry. See what I mean? I don't know.
No, you're fine. It's the same thing.
It had swollen, and they told us that for reference, it's about the size of her pinky in width. They told us it's about the size of her pinky in width. They told us it's about her larynx is about the size of her pinky in width.
Opening to her throat.
Yeah, basically the opening to her throat. And what had happened was it had swollen, and so it was getting tight, and so getting smaller and smaller, and that's why she was having such a hard time breathing, because that was swelling and closing up. They also said, excuse me, we got the door open, so it's fly flew in. But
yeah, we're trying to air the house out and get just all the germs out.
Yeah, so that's why you see like a fly or two flying around whatever. But yeah, they told us that, and they had told us that her lungs, they said that it was not asthma, and they had already ruled out bronchitis, RSV, COVID, and pneumonia. So we were like, all right, thank God for that. But they said that in her they said that in her lungs, when they did the x-ray, but yeah, they said that during the x-ray, they looked at her lungs, it had looked as if it was asthma, what they saw. It looked very reminiscent of asthma. So, but it's not asthma. That's what they said. It's not asthma. So it's not asthma, but it looks like asthma. So she's got a lot going on up here. And on top of that, basically her windpipe, per se, was swollen to the point where it was hard for her to breathe. And so even when she would try to cry, because they said the last thing you want to do is make her cry, because I'm telling you, her heart rate was like over 200 when she was getting upset. And they had like the thing up her nose that taped here, and it went around like the back of her head. She was not having it. So she's got like a little trauma, per se, because anytime you touch her nose now, she's almost like, squirming because she thinks you're trying to put something up her nose again, and she didn't like it at all. So she was working herself up. She was getting hot, and her heart rate was jumping up. And they said, this is the last thing you want them to do, so you need to try to make them calm. So I kid you not, I'm holding the phone like this, and Celeste is holding her and just trying to stay in like a comfortable position so she can watch. So she's watching Miss Rachel or Gracie's Corner or something. She's watching something on TV on the phone, and Celeste is holding her and basically trying her best not to move. And she would just sit there and she would just watch, and she was fine. And then she would, every now and again, she'd just reach up and pull it out of her nose, and I was like, no. So we would have to put it back in her nose, which would work her back up. So yeah, and what was that going through her nose? Was it high flow?
High flow, yeah, and then they were giving her breathing treatment.
Yeah. So yeah, the tube that was going up her nose was giving her high flow, and they were also breathing treatments. So it was basically crucial that she had that in there to help her breathe, and kind of calm her down. But you know, obviously she doesn't understand that, and so while she's squirming and getting upset and moving, I was like, hey, we got to do it. And so you know, it was hard on Celeste because Celeste had to watch it and just kind of go through all that. So either way. That was very crazy, but back to what you were saying in
In a minute, yeah.
Okay.
Sissy, you and Sissy are gonna
You
take
go first,
steamy
right?
showers. We are really just in the thick of like the day right now. When we got to the PICU after her ambulance ride, she got to sleep. They didn't have high flow on her in the ambulance. They could have. It was a fully equipped ICU respiratory ambulance. It's like a 4 kids ambulance. It was an amazing. The crew was amazing. But she slept finally. She hadn't eaten or slept the whole entire time we were in the ER. So when she got some rest, it was like she just turned around. And thank God, once we got to the PICU and they woke her up from the stretcher and I transferred her to the PICU bed, she was clapping for all the nurses and just giving all of her normal Juliana energy, personality, giving it to them. And they were like, wow, you look amazing for, you know, what we've heard from the ER. And they were like, she looks amazing. She sounds amazing. What are you saying? Bop. 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 Our entire time in the PICU, she didn't have to have high flow. They monitored her essentially, and then they just were giving her steroids and just continuing to monitor and see if she was going to need anything else. And she didn't, thank God. So a 3-day stay that they thought we were going to have turned into a 24-hour stay. Yeah, we were discharged the next day. And I was a little nervous to discharge just because she was still pretty noisy. Her voice was still noisy. Her cough was still very noisy. And I was like asking a whole lot of questions. We actually did our discharge paperwork with the doctor in the waiting room with Jonte and Junie, because I wanted him to hear everything as well and have an opportunity to ask all the questions that he had. So we did that in the waiting area instead of in the room, which was nice. The staff at the hospital were amazing. We had amazing nurses. We had amazing pediatric doctors. The respiratory team, RT was so helpful. It was overall a great stay for as scary of a situation as it was. We had really good support. And we had friends who dropped everything that they were doing and made sure that Junie was fed, because, you know, with us focusing on Juliana, we also tried our hardest not to. We were doing a balancing act. So trying to ensure that we were giving Juliana everything she needed, but also the nurses kept coming in and saying, you know, Junie was bored,
But they also said
he's amazing. The respiratory therapist kept coming in to give Juliana her breathing treatments, and she was like blown away by how well Junie was behaved. And he was so quiet and just sitting there and just being so patient. But obviously he wanted to get up and run around and do things, and he couldn't in that moment. But we were definitely doing a balancing act, trying to make sure. And we had friends that showed up and made sure that we were fed, because last thing we were thinking about was eating. And we have a 2-year-old, he needs to eat. And so they brought us food and any other thing that we needed. They were there, which was just
it's always good to have.
Amazing.
Always good to have somebody in your corner. Like when something like this happens, just so it's like it softens the blow, you know, makes it a lot easier. And we had, you know, some decisions to make, because Celeste was like, hey, when they transport her, you know, we both should be at the hospital. Do you want to take Junie to a friend's house? And I was like, no, I don't want to do that. Yeah, I was like, I don't want to do that because she's sick. He may be sick, and then to take him around somebody else. She was like, yeah, I didn't even think about that. And I was like, you know, it happens. I was like, it happens, you know, but we just had to do what we had to do. So, you know, and as soon as we left him at the hospital, because the curfew for like the lobby was like 8 o'clock. As soon as we left him, when we came back home, he was asking, "Where's Mama? Where's Mama?" So, either way.
Yeah, Junie had he definitely missed his mom.
Yeah. But either way, it was definitely an experience, and
Juliana's first time ever being sick.
yeah, that's rough too, because that was her first time being sick at 10 months. At 10 months, what in the world? At 10 months, that was her first time being sick, so it was like you know, you sure came into the scene with a bang. So
Yeah,
but
group.
yeah, yeah. So
Scariest thing ever.
we are now at home. We've basically just been isolating ourselves away from everybody. We've been cleaning everything.
Doors and
Am I
windows
using
are
this or
open.
no?
You can, yeah. The nurse.
Yeah. We've used everything. We've been cleaning with these, what are these, super Santa cloths
From the hospital.
from the hospital. You know, so it
Don't bang your head.
I don't know how true it is, but I don't even know if this should be used. They talking about it kills HIV-1, AIDS virus, hepatitis B virus, hepatitis C virus, you know,
Yeah, those things are
on the
powerful.
pre-clean environmental surface. Like, I'm like, but, you know, they're just sanitation wipes, basically. Just to help clean. So we've been wiping down everything, cleaning toys, blankets, just everything to kind of help get through it. So everybody in the house is sick. And so, you know, we're just isolating ourselves away from everybody just to kind of allow us to get through this and continue to move on. But moral of the story is, you know, you guys, just for the individuals, because I definitely had an experience with, and this is just me, this is what I can speak of. While waiting for Celeste to get out, I had the opportunity to speak with an older man who was there for his grandson who had, he said his grandson had a tumor on his brain. They removed the tumor, all was fine, and then 3 weeks later, the tumor had returned. And it was like, okay, I was like, it made me realize that, like, no matter what you're going through, there's always someone who's going through something worse, you know. And I'm not saying that to be like, oh, well, what she's going through doesn't matter at all, but, you know, just hearing him talk about it, and then
That's really.
I told him, I was like, you know, it's always kind of harder for me to feel like I'm speaking to older people and giving some type of vibe, but I was like, listen, sir, I was like, I can't possibly fathom what it is that you are feeling or going through or experiencing. I was like, but all I can tell you is that it's for myself and the way that I go about it, is that there's power in the tongue. The things that you speak, you know, you be careful of the things that you speak. So speak life over your grandson. I speak life over both of my children, but in this instance, I speak life over my daughter. And I was like, and that's all that we can do, because we don't have any control over whatever's going on. And then I let him know that I was sorry to hear that was happening. You know, I was sorry that he had to experience that. And, you know, he kind of teared up, you know, he got choked up a little bit. And he told me, he said, make sure you hug those little ones. And I was like, it's so easy to get lost and caught up in what's going on and you know, kids yelling and screaming and being loud. And you may be like, hey, be quiet. You know, so easy to get caught up in that you know, it takes a serious moment in life to make you realize, like, hey, like,
None of that matters.
I would prefer you to be screaming and playing and being loud and breaking stuff than I would you be here consistently. So it's just a reminder for us to just cherish the moments that we have. And I told Celeste, I was like, I don't want to be like the other people, you know, the older people who tell us, oh, you know, you'll miss it one day, you'll miss it. I was like, so I want to take advantage of what it is we have and everything he's doing. Him right now singing in the bathtub, splashing water literally all over the floor. It's water, you know, it'll be fine. Or her keeping us up late at night, or her up because she can't sleep, she's having a hard time, she's dealing with something. It's fine. She's supposed to do that. But I just want to cherish those moments, and I want to enjoy them. And I don't want to have to wait until something happens for us to be like, you know what, remember when this house was, you know, crawling with kids and diapers and, you know, toys, and, you know, Junie's tried on every pair of my shoes and brought them out of the room, out here, and now I got to clean them up and put them back. It just happens as life. So it's just a reminder to be thankful for what it is you have. Be thankful for the situation you have and everything that's going on. You know, and don't wait for something bad to happen in order
I'm glad
to
you're saying all this because I would be crying.
no, in order to cherish, seriously, in order to cherish these moments, just cherish the moments that you have. Like, pull yourself back, and realize, there are some people who would love for their child to be screaming right now and playing around and leaving toys on the floor and making messes and things of that such. So we're just extremely thankful. We thank God so much, we continuously say, thank you, Jesus, you were able to bring my daughter back home healthy and whole. My wife was able to come back home. As soon as I came back home, I let both of them sleep. I was like, I got it. I'll do what I did,
Oh, yeah.
Even
Mama was up for the whole time.
Yeah, and then like last night, Celeste slept in the room with her, and I was up. And then Junie's kind of feeling what he's feeling. Then Junie got in our bed because they told us, and it's another thing they told us, and this is for me more so because I'm more of like hey, they said that for the next week she is not allowed to be upset. Whatever she wants, she gets, because they don't want her to get aggravated and agitated, and she gets worked up, and then it causes everything to flare up again. So she gets what she wants. So I guess Junie hearing that she gets what she wants, he took that as I get what I want. So I wake up this morning, he's in our bed. Typically, I'm like, get out. What in the world? Like, I wake up, he's in my bed. I just pick him up, take him back to his room. Hey, man, I need you to lay in your bed. But Mama's happy. So if Celeste is happy, I want her to be calm and cool. She's happy, I'm happy. So for this next week, it is what it is. But yeah, so that's just everything that's going on. I got up this morning and I cleaned and I mopped, I wiped down everything, and I kind of try to help out because I know Celeste is like a clean freak. She wants to clean all the time, always
I
want
went
to clean.
to Aldi's yesterday when I was able to, and got immunity blend juice, fresh pineapple, fresh ginger. I made fresh homemade chicken soup last night for dinner, a big pot of it.
Yeah.
We're gonna give her the broth. Junie's drinking the broth. I got honey. What else did we do? We got all those little juices.
Yeah.
We got electrolytes, Pedialyte.
So
you name it, it's over here in these cabinets.
That's been the biggest thing. Just ensuring that we stay healthy, continue to drink fluids, help us wash this out. But we just wanted to come to you guys and let you guys know that we definitely had an eventful couple of days. But praise be to God, everybody's fine, everybody's good, and we're moving on. So moving on with life, continue to move forward, continue to push forward. So I just want to come and tell you guys that. But thank you guys so much, just being patient with us. They just want to say thank you guys in general. Just thank you guys in general. Just kind of give you guys that update. So
more videos from last week will come out whenever we get a chance to calm down and get back to the regular scheduled program. But for right now, we're just gonna be focused and present.
She wants your stream.
Yeah, focused and present on the kids and getting better. So yeah, we thank you guys so much for watching and continuing to watch and continuing to support us. But we just ask for prayers.
Definitely.
And keep us in your thoughts. And then we'll get back to our regular scheduled program here in the next couple of days.
Absolutely. See you guys later.
Hey, you ready to go? Juliana? Mama, you ready to go?
Hold on, fat man. Hey guys, so just a really quick update, guys. Just wanted to come and let you guys know that it is the next day, Tuesday morning, and we are headed back to the Wolfson's Children's Hospital so we can pick up Juliana and Celeste. I know it was a lot going on, so obviously recording was not the first thing that was on our mind. But here we are now, and we're able to talk about it a little bit more. And we definitely will fill you guys in, but I just wanted to kind of let you guys know that Juliana is fine. Thank God that she is fine. We definitely do serve a good God. So we are extremely thankful for the fact that she pulled it through. She's definitely minor strong. We went through a lot of praying and everything like that. So she's healthy, she's whole. That's all that we can ask for. We're tired, but that's what it's supposed to be as parents. And I just thank God that all is good. So that being said, yes, sir, it is a green light. So me and Junie are headed to the hospital to pick them up now, and then we'll talk to you guys later.